Hey, Empathic Healers, our journal prompt for the day. What do you say to yourself when you need something you don't have? So, your self talk. In this video, I will guide you along the journaling process to check in with yourself, to increase your self awareness, right? Be aware, assess, and align. Assess your energy and align with the source of unconditional love if you're not already. Again, welcome to the self love movement. It is my deepest belief. If we all love ourselves enough, suicide wouldn't be a thing. So, again, that is my movement for all of us because those thoughts don't discriminate. They just don't. So, as an empathic healer with patterns of codependency and moments of feeling like you lose yourself, or that negative self talk kicks in and starts the old icky mind chatter of not being worthy. Yeah, it can take you out. So, to help prevent that, we show up, we check in with ourselves, we give ourselves some love and compassion, right? And fix the things we need to fix for ourselves. With that being said, let me introduce myself again. If you're new to me, I'm sorry. My name is Robin Knott, and I'm your host of Energy Healing TV and podcast on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify, and the founder of the energyhealingschool.com. Also, if you know someone who could benefit from this video, please share it. And then now, if you're ready, grab your journals and journal with me, right? I have mine right here. I'm in a spot because I'll be flipping back and forth a little bit. So to recap on our journaling process, I literally set the tone, right? So I'm focusing on my energy healing lifestyle, which is just that. So for me, everything is energy, right? But to remind myself of that, to get myself to focus at life that way, kind of stepping into that observer mode, which we'll talk about more tomorrow, helps me detach from the deeper, intense hamster wheel of emotions and look at things more objectively, if you will. And then the energy healing lifestyle, of course, is creating the lifestyle of checking in and taking care of myself. It's an ongoing healing process, right? Because life will life. And we always have layers of old stuff on top of possible new things that may come into our life, right? So I write all that down to focus. I write out the word self-care because that's my acronym. So it helps me focus on what is our focus for today. So if you wrote out the word self-care and you underline the letter C, the C stands for communication. I also talk about your truth because communication is speaking, right? So speaking your truth and not just the ego heavy truths. Let me rephrase that. Not just the truth of the human ego-ness, but our highest truth, that truth that is in alignment with the source of unconditional love. And of course, energy of the throat chakra has to do with our communication and expression and speaking our truth, right? Then I write down our journal prompt question. So again, for today is, what do you say to yourself when you need something you don't have? So focusing today on our self-talk. I know normally I talk about, again, communication, but communication styles. We might speak assertively, where we're very clear and direct on what we need or what we're trying to say, and we can express that very clearly. Might be passive, where we say a lot less, or we try to use body language, or we try to drop hints instead of really saying what's on our mind. Or it might be more aggressive about it and just kind of blunt, bold, boom, to the point. Doesn't really matter, right? So whatever your communication style is, and same with listening, because listening is a part of communication too. So do we listen actively to really get an understanding of what's being said? And that could be for ourselves as well. So if you're sitting in meditation, do you openly and actively listen? Or is it selective? Or do you shut it down? Or do you get distracted and not really hear it at all? Which we do when we speak with other people as well. Or reactive. Anything about that. So reactive would be like that jump moment. I'm listening for keywords. Again, that selective hearing. I'm only trying to hear certain things or hear it in the way that I want to hear it. That's a big one too. Not really hearing what someone is trying to say or what a full message is, but hearing it how we or our human ego wants to hear it or think it wants to hear it. So being mindful of your communication styles with other people and with yourself, right? So as within, so without. However, whatever we have going on within us, we're projecting out, right? We're like walking projectors in a sense. So if you're not aware of what's going on the inside, if you're paying attention to what you're projecting out, that definitely brings some awareness. I personally like the journaling process to do that instead, because if and when I catch myself and I hear it, I'm like, dang it, but it's already left my mouth. I can't jump out and take it back, right? What's said is said. Eek. So doing this is very helpful, again, in that awareness, not blame, shame, or guilt, because we can still own it, right? Own it, apologize, pay attention, make efforts to not repeat it. But the journaling also helps with that. I'm checking my journal as we speak. So with that question in our journaling prompt, what do you say to yourself when you need something you don't have? Because you know how we do this, right? One question, one journal prompt. That just leads to more. Other questions come up. So one that came up is another we talked about this week are the needs versus wants. And for me, some self-talk would be just that. Do you really need it? Is this something you really need to have, or do you just want it? Right? What would happen if you didn't have this thing? So first identifying, is it a need? Is it actually a need? And then, sometimes we're very productive in our self-talk and we just try to figure out what action steps we can do to resolve the problem we have. So if we have a need, what can I do to meet that need, right? Sometimes if we have that chatty ego and we're stuck with those thought patterns, those negative thought patterns, then those might come into play, right? And I'll go into that a little bit more. I'll do that now. So some of those negative self-talk patterns like personalizing, so blame, shame, guilt, you're not worthy of getting what you need, or why don't you have what you need? Let me beat you up because you don't have what you need, and you should have what you need. And what are you doing wrong? Or what do you do? Ugh. Blame, shame, guilt for not having what you need. Magnifying, only focusing on the negative and ignoring the positive. Maybe there's this one thing that I need yet, but I have all these other things, but I'm not paying attention to those, right? Not paying attention to all the things that I have and all the work that I'm doing to make sure that my needs are met, to get everything that I need, but I'm focusing on that one thing that I don't yet have, right? Catastrophizing, just expecting the worst. I'll never have what I need. I never do, right? Which the nevers is also polarizing, using those extremes. It's an all or nothing. It's a right or a wrong, a yes or a no. I don't have it, so I'll never have it, right? I can't get it, using all those negative types of words. So be mindful of how we talk to ourselves. I know sometimes we say, oh, I don't talk to myself. Please, the mind goes constantly. We're always having thoughts, some form of thoughts. So when we can pay attention and be aware and observe those thoughts, then we can become more mindful of what type of communication styles we have. Because again, how we talk to ourselves will be projected outwards. Whether we're projecting out directly in the same way onto others, or if it's in a passive, indirect way, it still comes out and it affects all of our relationships, right? But the main relationship that I'm working on here, so in this evolution, if you will, I don't want to say it is a shift, it's a positive, expansive shift, it's evolution. As we continue along this journey together, and as I continue to do these self-care challenge videos and coming on live and processing through and journaling with you. And again, one of my focuses that really came out again on the codependency, oftentimes, and I will be doing videos, I keep saying this, I haven't done it yet, but I will be doing videos more on codependency. I have some in my Facebook group, but I will update. I might even present them a little differently. We talk a little bit about it. Seems like the term codependency, if you have an idea of what it is, there's like this resistance to it. Nope, nope, not me. I'm not codependent. I don't have codependency. I don't have patterns of codependency. So I prefer to use that statement, that phrase, patterns of, or codependency patterns. This is really all it is. The next thing people really focus on, the part where it affects our relationships with other people. And it does. I'm not denying that at all. It absolutely does. And that's an important piece as well. However, what I think gets missed is the underlying, what's right here, right? As within, so without. What's going on in here, we project out. What's going on in here as we project out affects the relationships we have with other people. So as I'm talking about patterns of codependency, because I like to dig deeper on like everything, right? You guys, you know this about me if you have been hanging out with me. Then I want to dig deeper and underneath of that. Let's go deeper. Let's get to the core, the root, right? The root chakra. So I absolutely love moving through the chakra energies and making all of these connections with our pieces and our aspects of ourself to help us clear away and heal those layers, right? So with that being said, if you have, again, been following me recently, 5-day challenge of Be You. So if you're familiar with patterns of codependency, you know that being yourself has kind of been tossed out the window or just not fully known, accepted, or that's what I'm looking for. Just haven't really allowed yourself to, right? So breaking those patterns of codependency to be you. Love that. Not gonna lie. So we will delve into each of these more on that 5-day challenge. I almost forgot to finish that thought. Right now it's pre-launch. My intention, my plan, my goal is to launch the 5-day challenge December 11th. So if you, because to be honest, it's not a free one, it's not expensive, but it's not free. But if you would like to go ahead and order, so pre-order before the launch date, I'm offering a 50% coupon, 50% off. So if you would like that information, let me know in the comments so I can get that to you. Few benefits of the positive self-talk, so breaking some of these patterns I want to share as well, which I found in an article, healthline.com. But I love it because it really helps talk about, or at least scratch the surface. We're just scratching the surface. Scratch the surface of the layers and the benefits of how that energy flows through us, right? If it's not processed out here at the time that the events occur or even after, it can manifest in the physical, right? So benefits of positive self-talk increases vitality. You have greater life satisfaction, of course, right? If you have a positive mindset, if you have positive self-talk, you're going to feel better. But improved immune function. How awesome is that within the physical body? Improved immune function, reduced pain, which makes complete sense to me because, again, I've shared that like tension in your neck and shoulders, if you hold a lot of stress and tension in there, it creates pain or back pain, all kinds of different pain. So your self-talk can affect or reduce pain in your body. Better cardiovascular health, heart health. Yay. That's a big deal, right? Self-talk can improve heart health. Better physical well-being, and of course, less stress and distress, and prolong your life, right? Something like self-talk has all these benefits. I love that. I find that to be so empowering. So again, if you're comfortable, share in the comments how the journaling process is going for you, what comes up for you. Are you aware of how you talk to yourself? What kind, are you passive aggressive? Are you positive? Are you loving? Do you meet yourself with love and compassion? Or do you do that negative self-chatter, right? Do you add the blame, shame, and guilt? Oh, and also, if you haven't already signed up for the Empathic Healers Masterclass, a step-by-step guide to set boundaries and protect your energy, again, let me know in the comments if you would like that link, and I will get that to you as well. Otherwise, meet me back here tomorrow and we will talk about being an observer and acceptance. I have to think about what day it was, and third eye chakra energy. I hope you're doing very well. So much love to you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.